Hey, and thank you for clicking play. I did warn you you'd probably get another pickups video this week, and sure enough, you are. It's not 11. What time is it? I don't know what time it is. Hang on, that says 11. It must be, it's coming up to 8 o'clock p.m. on Friday night, and this video will be with you by 8 a.m. Saturday morning. But basically, it's taken to the last minute to actually get everything I was hoping to come in, except one thing. Bloody Amiga Addict issue 5 has still not arrived here. My copy to my parents' place, that's there. My copy to here, still not here. Pissed off, I have to say. Not their fault. I know several people in Australia who have ordered issue 5 and they're yet to receive it as well. I think they just tie it to a kangaroo or something and throw it in the ocean and assume it's going to find its way home. But other than that, everything has arrived. What you're seeing in the background, let me just click on the monitors so you can see. Let me click on a monitor and lock it. That good old lock feature. This is DCS, so what's it called? Digital Combat Simulator or something? The latest one, it was not really the latest, I've only just caught on with it, but it's a flight sim that's running on triple screen on my machine quite nicely. Hopefully you can see that there. Really nice, and that is, I will mention that. So it's a free-to-play game, but this is not a sponsored video, by the way. It's a free-to-play game, but you have to buy the aircraft. You get a couple of crappy ones free, wouldn't you know? That's going to crash before the end of the video, but that's fine. But I'm showing you this because I'm keen to get back into flight sims. My rediscovering of the Amiga flight sims has really sort of reignited that passion, and so the last pickup I'll show you today is relevant to that. Okay, that is so going to crash in the background, and I don't have time to mess about with it. So let's just get on with it because we actually have a lot to get through. So let's start at the very beginning because that's quite a good place to start. So this is a quick shot joystick. Why am I showing you this? I rebought this. Obviously I rebought it. I purchased this. I'm trying to find the number. It's a QS-113, I think. I can't see it on the actual box. I've crashed already. That's no good. But basically, the very first joystick I bought when I jumped from Amiga into PC was one of these. The box style was slightly different. It had the bolder quick shot logo coming down the side here. Really simple joystick, as you can see there. Found this one on eBay, $17, halve it for the pounds, and I thought, stuff it. I might as well. I wasn't going to, but that I wasn't going to rebuy one of these joysticks, but that was so cheap, I just couldn't resist that. So that's there, and that will go alongside the IBM Aptiva in the other room for the time being, because that's where it's relevant to until I can get a 486 or something. Right, that will form a nice bookend, and that will make sense. I don't mean literal bookend, but when we get to the end of this video, it will make sense. Next, one of the main things I was waiting to come together, and this is a really long story cut very, very short, but one of the guys in the Perth Amiga users group decided to sell one of his Amigas and some games, some boxed games. There was no specification as to how much, how many, and a monitor, all for a really good price, $500. So I wasn't interested in the Amiga and the monitor, but I was interested in the games, whereas somebody else was interested in the Amiga and the monitor. So blah, 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 blah. I said, I'll go halves. I didn't even know what games there were at this point. And then, so I went halves on that, so 250 bucks. And then he also mentioned a tub of discs. So a tub of Amiga discs, so double density discs. And so I threw in $50 for those as well. What you'll be looking at now is the footage of the discs all over my floor now. I knew there was some Amiga format discs in there, and as you know, I'm trying to recollect those. And there's plenty of those in there. There's plenty of actual double density discs. Now look, a lot of these might not even work, and some I've already put in the bin, but you can see how many are there. And I can tell you there's just over 800 discs in the discs that you're seeing. So there's a tub full of discs. I'm going to go through them. Now obviously I don't need all of those, so my intention is to redistribute them back into the community, but without making any money off them. And I got them so cheap that it's almost impossible to charge anything without accidentally at least breaking even. So, you know, that's probably going to happen. I'll probably at least break even and still end up with the magazine discs that I wanted for myself on top. So cheap. So I really do appreciate that. Let's get into the games. So keeping in mind, I went into this blind, but I did then, once the deal started rolling, get sent a photo, and I was like, yep, definitely in, because there were some games that I definitely wanted. Let's start with the ones that I'm potentially not really interested in. So again, I'll resell these back into the community at community prices. So going in no particular order, we've got the Hound of Shadow, Electronic Arts. No idea. I'm going to at least have a poke into these games, and these actually look like quite interesting games. Hound of Shadow. There we go. That's one. There we go. eSWAT. Don't remember ever playing eSWAT, so probably won't keep that one. We'll give it a play and then pass it on to somebody at a good price. That's my intention there. Raspberry Pi. I've already eaten. Don't need a pie. All right, let's put that. Oh, that one will stand up, so you can go down there. Jaws. Never played that, and I did watch the movie obviously as a 5-year-old, and didn't even want to go in the bath for years after. Parents lets their child watch Jaws at the age of 5, for goodness sake. Gremlins 2. So these are all Amiga games. That's upside down. So there we go. Same thing. We'll probably give it a play and then we'll pass it on. And same with Wheels of Fire. Now Wheels of Fire is quite interesting because I've already got some of these. Turbo Outrun, I've already got. Chase HQ, I've already got. Power Drift, I bought and gave it to Neil from RMC. And Hard Driving, well, I've got another story to tell about that another time. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. So, put that one up there. Yeah, now I'm going to jump into the games that I did have growing up that I definitely want to keep. Starting with, what am I going to start with? That goes in that pile. I'm just resorting myself as I talk. Yeah, I'll start with this. So there was some games that straight away, in fact, all of the games I'm about to go through, straight away, as soon as I saw them, like, okay, this is going to work out. I'm happy with this, what started off as a blind deal. And the first one is this. Shoot 'em Up Construction Kit. I'm really glad to get that. Haven't got time to tell you my stories now, but I hankered for this for ages. It would have been a game I got from the Home Computer Club eventually. Well, a development tool, if you can call it that. It's sort of halfway in between the two. Had hours of fun. Such a cool, easy, programming-free, creative way to make your own shoot 'em ups. Really, really, really happy to have that. These ones have to go in the front because these are the keepers. These are definitely the keepers. Next one, and interestingly, I was looking at a copy of this on eBay at the same time and getting itchy trigger finger. Swiv. We all know how good Swiv is. That needs no introduction. Played that to death growing up with my brother. Oh yeah, that's right. And did you hear that? So inside, all of these ones that I'm showing you at the moment are all nice and complete. This has the poster in there. You got the poster, you got the disc, and you even got the badge. So that is amazing. Looks a bit moldy inside the box, but the disc works. I have already fired that one up. I couldn't resist. That's been fired up. But some of the inside of the box, that's going to need a bit of a clean. I'll have to look up best way to clean those little mold spots that you sometimes get on the cardboard, just where they've been stored. Okay, these two, this is why it's all been so last minute. They got missed in the original pickup. So I had to go all the way, it's an hour away from where I live, and pick these two up tonight after work. And one is Dragon Spirit. Now, if you're not familiar with Dragon Spirit, I think this is a really interesting game. I don't hear many people talking about it. But what Dragon Spirit is, I should open that way. Here we go. What Dragon Spirit is, so I need to do a bit of cleaning up on this one. But what Dragon Spirit is this is the first time I've opened this box. That's fine, seriously, that doesn't bother me at all. It's a vertical scrolling shoot 'em up, but instead of the traditional, you know, playing a a spaceship or an aircraft or something like that, you're a dragon, as the name suggests, and you're spitting fire at all the enemies. Really, really cool concept and a really playable shoot 'em up. I love it. And it was an arcade conversion, wasn't it? I think that was originally an arcade game, which brings us neatly to the last in that. No, yes, almost to last in the keepers, in the ones that I had growing up. This one, hard driving. So I swear, my story, I need to tell you when I actually played the game, but you know, long story short, I swear hard driving is how I learned to drive in the arcades, and had it on the Amiga as well. It's not the best arcade conversion. Yeah, definitely need to do some reorientation of the things there. That's in upside down at the front. That's the problem there. And these are really tetchy cases to open. There we go. So that needs to be turned around. But I was so determined to have an arcade experience with this at home that I sort of got into what control, shall I call it a control combination, to set up to get as close as I could in the home for that arcade experience. And you can get pretty close. Obviously the frame rate lets you down, but that's fine. Okay, so that's those. That would have been the end of, it would have literally been these four are ones that I remember growing up with, okay? And then I stupidly looked at the screenshots on the back of one of the others. And that's this, Captain Blood. Now, I still think I'm right. I don't think I ever owned this. But looking at the screenshots, in the back of my mind, I kept thinking there was this weird game with this sort of fractal generated landscapes, weird space flying game or whatever. And looking at the screenshot that's on the back, I think this is the game that one of those games that I was sort of scratching my head. What was it called? What was it called? I don't even know how to describe it. But that is what I'm seeing here. These weird sort of fractal landscapes that you have to fly through to do certain objectives. And I remember something about this funny hand being part of, you know, selecting things. So it's possible I only played the demo and I didn't actually have the game, but I quite enjoyed the demo if it's the game I'm thinking about. So I at least have to have a play with this. That may end up as a keeper. That may definitely end up as a keeper. It's a maybe, that one. That's a maybe. This next one I never had, but keeping in mind what I've said about this, I think I have to keep it and I have to get into it because it's Amos. And this, and I really must say, you know, Nick, who sold all these off, they're in great condition. You got all the discs there, you got the manual there, everything is there that you would need to be there. So I think I owe it to myself to try and live some of those childhood game developer aspirations and see how far Amos can take me once I get bored of 3D construction kit, which will probably be half an hour. No, I'm going to spend a lot more time in that than that. So I think that has to be a keeper. Amos, what a fantastic, just the weight of that is fantastic. Love it. These next two I didn't ever own, but just looking at the boxes and the contents of the boxes, I think they might be keepers. And the wife's going to kill me because when I said to her, look, I'm going to be spending $300, including the tub. I said, but some of that I'll be selling back into the community. Again, not to make money, but I'm not actually spending $300. I'm probably spending half that because of the games that I'll then sell back into the community. So the more games I keep, the more angry the wife is going to get. But look, these just look gorgeous. The first one is Dragon's Breath. Never played it, never heard of it, but that is a gorgeous looking package. It's a Mindscape game. And again, inside, if I open this up, just the quality of the contents of the book. You've got the manual there. You've got another manual here. Still feels, I think that must be the manual and that might be, that's a spell book. There we go. No idea what this game even entails. It looks intriguing. It looks, was the disc in there? It would help. If it hasn't got the disc, I might sell it. No, it definitely has the disc. They all had the discs. Oh, I know why, because that's right, when I was going through, I put it where it should be, in the disc holder. That is a really nice package, and What a beautiful shelf piece. I think that's a keeper. How am I gonna, okay, we're gonna have to do some arranging here. I think that is a keeper. Uh-oh. Don't do it. Okay, maybe you're going there, leaning backwards. That's safest for you. And same with this other one. War in Middle-earth. Beautiful. Love the Lord of the Rings movies. I've got to confess, never read the books, never read The Hobbit. Absolutely love the movies. So sorry, I went the easy way. This looks interesting. So I think I'll at least have to give it a play. But again, just from a packaging standpoint, I don't know if this is a good game. It might be a terrible game. Some of you Lord of the Rings fans from back in the day might be going, it's complete rubbish. It's worse than the movies. But the contents, you got the discs there, War in Middle-earth, disc 1 and 2. You got your little book there. And you got your little map, fold-out map of Middle-earth as well. So, don't know. Might have to be a keeper, that one. Because that is a really nice package. So look, those are all the games I got in that bundle. I think that's a fantastic deal. That's going to fall over as well. So that's going to go there against Dragon's Breath. These all in shot still? Yeah, we're doing all right. We're doing all right. Oh, actually, I could go there against the screen there. We'll go War in Middle-earth. Dragon's Breath up there. Because we do have a couple of other things. I'm actually getting through these faster than I thought I would. This next one, I was really excited to receive. And it's this. So it's a Spectrum game, but it's a brand new Spectrum game. So definitely didn't have it back in the day because it didn't exist. And it's Valley of Rains. I need to make sure you can get a good look at the cover here. Valley of Rains by Zoysa. Did I pronounce that right? I hope I did. Zoysa. And these guys are in Russia. Seems to be predominantly run by a lady called Natasha. And just... I watched the games that they've had. They got a drift game, which looked interesting to me. And I saw this, and there's a couple of others. And I've got to confess, I'm going to be honest, when I went to look at buying, I think it was the drift game initially, and then, of course, this one, funnily enough, caught my eye. And I thought, oh, I don't know, Russian website, credit card details. I think they did have PayPal as PayPay? Yeah, they had PayPay. No, PayPal as an option. I'm pretty sure. I think that's what I used in the end. And so I watched a few videos, and just something inside me was, are these guys legit? It just seemed a bit dodged, you know, and I'm really sorry for having that preconception. But part of what fed into that was the only YouTube videos I could find at the time just sounded like a guy at the market trying to sell you a set of steak knives. Does that make sense? Like, you know, oh, come on, best knives in the world, so good, you buy one pack, we'll sell you two. Well, if they're that good, why do I need 2 packs? I don't know. So just that they all came across, you know, overcooked microphones and just bang, bang, buy. Well, they weren't saying buy, but, you know. And so every video I watched just came across as that dodgy chav. So part of me was like, is this a scam? I don't know what's going on here. Anyway, most recently they've started, people have started reviewing, because you can download their games for free. You only have to pay if you buy the hard copy. And people have started playing, what's it called? Travel Through Time, Volume 1, Northern Lights. And it's this racing game that I think takes you through several, you know, sort of time stages of, you know, driving history. And it looks great. And it's storyline driven as well, with cutscenes on a Spectrum. It's amazing. And so lots of people have been covering that, and YouTube channels that I've been watching for a while. And so that gave me the confidence again to go back and look at their website. When I went back, they only had 2 copies of this available at the time. They have done a rerun, and I thought, sod it, I'm buying Valley of Rains. That'll be my tester. And if that comes good, then I'll buy more, and I will be buying more. This is, I can't show you in the video how nice this packaging feels. It's fantastic. Sounds like I'm the dodgy knife seller now, doesn't it? Buy one, get one free. But then you got this on the back, you got this window in the back there, and that actually looks through to the back of the manual. So inside, let's have a look inside. Oh, so personalised letter, first and foremost. So that's nice. Then inside, and thank you, Natasha, for what you did inside there. And so just remove that bit of foaming. That's obviously been put there to keep everything in place. What do we got? We got the Valley of Rains tape deck, program tape, obviously, for the game. That's there. Beautiful. We got the disc, and so that's the game soundtrack on CD. And then you've also got the data CD. Valley of Rains data CD. My lighting in here is terrible. And what's that? So that's the tape image in TAP format, booklet in PDF, English and Russian instructions, 4 posters in CMYK and RGB, and screenshots. So 4 posters in there. Speaking of posters, that's what we got here. And I haven't unraveled this poster yet, so I might save that for when I actually do a review or a first look at the game. It won't really be a review, it'll be a first look and first impressions. And then you've got the booklet as well. And so like I said, what we were looking at the window at the back, that's the screenshots you saw through there. Beautiful, hello. Beautiful, beautiful production quality. Fantastic. I seriously can't tell you enough how nice this all looks and feels in the flesh. It does sound like I'm selling for them, but you know me, I'm not. I'm not at all. It's really, really nice, and I'm so pleased. I almost don't want to use it. It's like, which would be stupid. It's just so well packaged. So well packaged. Now, none of that has anything to do with... It's gorgeous. It just really is. Well done, guys. Well done. And I will be buying probably most of your games at some point, because that is fantastic. That's going in the front. That's going right at the front. Love it. I didn't think I would get caught up, in all honesty, in new games for old systems, because as you know, my collection is nostalgia driven and that doesn't fit into it. But kudos to people just making games for the Spectrum, for the Amiga, for the Commodore 64, for the Atari 2600, whatever it is. It's just amazing, and to put that much effort in and take that much pride it just blows me away, seriously. So I hate to tell the wife, but there's going to be more of that kind of stuff. Not this kind of stuff, but as in this kind of stuff, the new games. That poster probably won't make it on the wall, I'm going to be honest. The last thing, and this also arrived today, funnily enough, do you remember the Acorn Electron games I showed you last week? So they were ordered on the same day as this. They came from the UK and they arrived middle of last week, right? This thing was ordered from Big W here in Australia. I checked that there was stock in WA. Did they post it from WA? Of course they didn't. Did they use the cheapest, shittiest courier in existence? Of course they did. So this didn't arrive until today, a whole week after the initial estimated delivery, but it got here and that's all that counts. And this is what's relevant to the screens I'm showing you in the background. This is the first modern PC joystick I've bought in a friggin' long time. In fact, I don't think I've bought a modern PC joystick ever since that other QuickShot I've got in the other room that I showed you ages and ages ago. The QuickShot, what's it called? Super Warrior. Is it a Super? I think it's a Super Warrior. I've never bought a USB joystick ever, because I've maybe used Xbox controllers or whatever. But look, getting into Elite Dangerous on the PC and now getting into DCS, it was time. These are usually $170 over here, and Big W had a special for 100, and I just couldn't resist, again because I had too much wine. But same day as I ordered the Electron games, like I said. But yeah, so I've purposely bought the version that's compatible with PS4, so I'm pretty sure I can use it for Wipeout. I'm hoping I can use it for Squadrons. So purposely it makes the most sense. So the throttle stick, that actually separates out, so that'll be a really nice thing to get me back into flight sims, only this time on the PC. That's 25 minutes. Sorry it's a long one, but hopefully you can understand why it's a long one. There's a lot of stuff there, and I'm happy with all of it. Some of those at the back there will get sold back into the community. The others are keepers. Really, really happy with this, and really happy with that collection of Amiga games as well. Thank you guys. Stay safe, especially if those of you in the eastern states, those of you back home in England, everybody all over the world. Holy crap, we're screwed. All right, cheers.